Ask to speak button.
The delegate from Washington, Delegate O'Quinn.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Delegate O'Quinn, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So February is Black History Month, and I rise today to speak about someone who's often referred to as a coaching pioneer and a trailblazer. Ballard Lee has been described as a big man who did big things in Bristol, a larger-than-life figure whose impact on the city lives on years after his death. Mr. Lee played football and basketball at Douglas High School, which was the all-black high school in Bristol that existed until 1965. He was recruited to play defensive end at Tennessee State University, but was subsequently drafted into the Marines and served a 13-month tour of duty in Vietnam. Upon returning from the military, Lee enrolled at King College after his time in military service and became a star basketball player. He was one of two players, black players, on King's 1968-69 team that went 18-4 and won the Volunteer State Athletic Conference Eastern Division title. A former King College player said, "Ballard Lee was truly a dominant force on the basketball floor. This coming from his tremendous work ethic and the never-ending described self-improvement and improvement for the team." But perhaps his most groundbreaking accomplishment was in 1977 when he became the first black head coach of any major sport in Southwest Virginia, as he took over the boys basketball program at Virginia High School, and he held that post until 1990. There's no doubt that he faced prejudices while he was a coaching pioneer in Southwest Virginia. One of his former assistants said he handled it well. There were times when some strange things might have happened, and the first thing I would think was, is this a black and white issue? And Coach Lee said in a 2006 interview, "Race relations in the Bristol area weren't always the best when I was growing up, but it was better than what I saw traveling around the Deep South. Black athletes are now accepted, and there's not as much pressure on them to be the very best just to earn a spot on the team." Coach Lee led the Bearcats to a berth in the 1988 Virginia High School League Group AA State Tournament and finished with a 158-128 record at the helm of the Bearcats. He was a calming influence with a caring and kind demeanor, and he gave respect and he earned respect. And he mentored hundreds of student athletes at Virginia High School throughout his coaching career. "He didn't see color," said Todd Lee, his son and a former star athlete at Virginia High School. "He instilled in me that everybody was equal. A lot of people ask what it was like to play for him, and I tell him he treated everybody like they were his son. He had 12 sons, and none of us were different than the other. He loved each one of us the same." Ballard Lee's funeral was held on May 3rd, 2009 at Lee Street Baptist Church in Bristol, and more than 1,200 folks showed up to honor him. And on a per capita basis in the city of Bristol, that's a lot of people showing up to honor one person. But you know, even up until his death, he never really wanted to be known as a trailblazer or a pioneer. That just wasn't really his thing. But Coach Lee has had numerous family members who've carried on the family legacy by starring in multiple sports at Virginia High School. And today, the basketball court at Virginia High School bears his name as a tribute to the coach and the person he was. And I'm equally proud to pay tribute to Coach Lee today. So on this Black History Month, I'm proud to recognize the accomplishments and the groundbreaking career of Coach Ballard Lee. Thank you, Madam Speaker.